guys, this is Jon.
And this is Sethy.
And this is
Enduring Curiosity. On today's episode, we talk about
smashing and pashing those tribal men.
How to build different tribal decks.
And how to diversify those same tribal decks. Hey, Seth.
Hi, Jon.
So today, on today's lovely podcast, we want to talk about typal creatures.
Yeah, so it's interesting having a typal commander deck. I say typal and tribal interchangeably, so I don't mean anything bad about that. But yeah, and so there's lots of tribes in Magic.
So there's actually way more than I like. Every time I look at it, I'm like, damn, there's a lot more.
I mean, it just takes one little deck building freak to be like, I'm building snails, and then it's a tribal.
Snail tribal.
Right? So it's like, okay, I guess that'll count. Like, I'm building oozes. Shout out to the ooze players out there.
There's so many of them. I think, honestly, the best way to introduce a lot of them, we should play Smash or Pass with them.
Smash or Pass the typals? Let's do it. I'll pull up a list of the popular ones.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Number 1, dragons. Dragons. Oh, my.
You know what? I'm gonna say Smash.
Honestly,
and so here's my metric. Here's how I'm looking at it. I think you should say Smash if you.
This is where you get kind of cutesy and sweetsy. It's like, what does Smash mean to you? And you're like, oh, if you want to marry them, go on a date, ask them out, compliment them.
If you can S rank them, and then you can make your bond stronger. I think. Okay, my metric for Smash is it? Oh,
is it dragons?
Orzhov.
Niv Mizzet? That's a Smash.
Mizzet?
That's a
Smash. I don't know. I don't like his like weird frilly things around his head.
Oh, his neck frills?
Yeah,
damn, body shaming.
I
body shaming.
Listen, Lady Gaga said "Born This Way," but not that like that. Not like that. I think can the deck be really fun? And
I thought you were
would I actually canonly smash?
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, canonly smash.
Because you were quick to smash this one.
Yeah, well, because I think dragons are fun, but some of them are a lot. I don't know. There's a very fine line with dragons where it's like fun and okay, you're doing a lot.
Yeah, when I first mentioned dragons, I'm like thinking of Donkey from Shrek, and I'm like, I need a big booty Latina dragon.
And where is she?
To have little hybrid babies.
We only have one Lechonk.
Lechonk, I love Lechonk.
So I'm saying Smash.
Lumberchonk, yeah. So we'll smash dragons.
Okay.
Next are elves. I mean, we have all seen Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
They're beautiful, fair-skinned. Orlando Bloom?
I think it's hard for me to say not Smash just because like obviously like there's so many elves, but there's so many different kinds of elves.
Yeah.
And Halsin's an elf.
Halsin's an elf. Well,
so,
there you go.
Smash.
Because I'm thinking like elves, I'll probably smash too, but like when I think of elves, do you think they're secretly going to be judging you the whole time? Because elves are always so like uppity and like snooty. So I'm like,
you can't say that.
Snooty?
Uppity.
Oh. Cancel.
I didn't.
Is that wait, why is that a... Okay, whatever.
I'll explain off the pod. Audience members, if you know, you know, comment in the comment section and say why you can't say it.
Damn.
Bob the Drag Queen exclusive listeners know.
Not on the pod.
Not on the pod. But I think elves, I think the idea is that a lot of them are kind of like snooty tooty, but I think that's because of Tolkien.
Yeah.
And then now the range of like kinds of elves has branched out more. So
Okay. So
I don't think every elf necessarily thinks they're like superior.
I think that's like canon elf lore.
I think there's tribes.
Yeah, and there's like Outlander elves that are like more like down to earth, literally and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, but either way, smash. Zombies.
Pass.
Crickets. No, girl, we're not gonna do no zombies. That's freaky necrophilia stuff.
Oh, wrong one. Wrong one.
Oh,
wrong one.
No, chill.
There we go.
Crickets. Vampires. I don't think you have a choice.
Pass.
I don't think you have a choice. They'll
Pass.
smash you.
Oh God.
They're selective charmers.
I would not be charmed.
Oh, you got hexproof?
I got expert.
He's got hexproof.
They're gonna
more
be
like
like-
Shroud, looking at how you're still single.
Oh, who said I was still single?
Say their names. That's what I thought.
Well, obviously, if you want to hear about it, you're gonna have to subscribe to the extra content.
The
Thank you very much.
Patreon. On the Patreon, we'll go into his love life.
So when you look at this episode and you don't see a Patreon, yeah, that's on purpose. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So secretive. So why no to vampires?
I just never have thought vampires were attractive. I think they can be
Damn.
interesting, but I've just never like Kerrigan loves Asterion. I would have let that bitch die.
Damn.
So
I don't have
care.
Asterion on my team on Baldur's Gate.
I
It was a chop.
yeah,
it was a chop
he's
for
a
me.
chop for me.
But I appreciate him. He's funny.
I think he's sassy, which I think is fine, but he is literally like engineered in a lab to be everyone's favorite.
Yeah.
Like
I do think it's a bit on the nose. I agree with you.
vampire, super sassy, very bisexual, you know, like very like if you like quirkiness, he's very quirky.
Yeah.
So like I understand see it. But like vampires as in general, I'm like literally trying to think, and I think there's only one vampire I for sure would be like I'd smash, and it's not even from any typical
Yeah.
vampire show. You want to know where it's from?
What's your vampire of choice?
He's a vampire from Castlevania.
Oh, yeah. The blonde one?
No,
Oh. Rick? No. That's not a vampire. Who? I don't know.
he's a side villain.
a side? He's a side, not a top or bottom. He's a side.
He'd probably be a top,
Oh, fuck.
but he's like a side villain that they fight in what is it? Season 4.
Oh, on the show.
on the show Castlevania.
Gotcha.
And he does one super cool thing where his arm gets chopped off,
Oh.
and then he gets hit with like holy magic, and it makes his arm almost get ready to explode.
Oh, my God. And you thought that was hot?
Well, he takes his arm, rips it off, and then throws it at the good guys, and it explodes.
Oh, my God.
And it's so hardcore and metal, and I was like,
You got wet.
I got wet.
Oh, my God. Okay.
And I was like, I know a vampire who can clean that up. And there he is.
They literally are masters at sucking, so that's all you got to tell me.
Exactly.
All you got to tell me.
So all that says to me is that every vampire's head game should be on point. On point.
But they're toothy.
It's a little toothy.
Next
That's
up,
one workaround.
Next up is humans. Duh.
Oh, yeah, smash.
Let's move on. Goblins. Goblins.
Now, here's the thing, though. Now we got to talk about what kind of goblins.
A
Because
Cuenco.
goblins are a Cuenco.
A Krenko.
A Cuenco. Pass.
He's the mob boss. He's a sugar daddy goblin.
Sugar daddy that I don't want.
Oh.
That's like a deadbeat dad right there trying to hit you up, even though he's got no house, no car.
so funny.
No house, no car, no job.
What's funny is that
No
Krenko
responsibilities
just
that he
like
wants to
puts
take
out
care
so
of.
many tokens, so you calling him an irresponsible dad is the funniest
Because
thing.
he is.
He just knocks up ladies and moves on.
Literally. Deadbeat dad.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, if he's got money, then I'll smash. But otherwise, no.
But he has no mechanics that make him treasures.
I think, I don't know in the lore what he does, but he does something in Street to New Capenna, I think, where he's a tough customer mob boss.
A kingpin?
Yeah, so I don't know, but so it's a pass for you,
Pass
smash
for
for me.
me.
Angels,
I would say I would say smash.
me too.
But I also am like on the spectrum. I would also say that
That's your truth, sis. That's your truth.
angels can be morally good, but also do things that are bad.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Oh, right. Because it's like they're lawful but not good or evil type
They're
of
not
thing.
good or evil. Yeah.
Yeah, they just like follow orders and
They're like
believe in
they're like,
what their harmony is.
I'm here to follow the higher power.
Right.
I'm not really 100%. Like some of them are good, but then some of them are like I'm just following the rules.
Yeah, I did a D&D campaign about that kind of theme, so
Mm-hmm.
it's really interesting. So, I mean, I'd have to find a good one. But
I'd have to find one that's not boring.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is Pirates.
Mama, pass.
It's a pass for me too.
Yeah.
Because
I don't need no damn what's his face?
I don't even know scurvy.
No scurvy.
Oh, Jay's Cunning Castaway. Is that what you're thinking?
No, I was trying to say I don't need no Davy Jones locker. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
I don't.
They're
need
gonna
that
be
bullshit.
stinky, sweaty,
Also
filthy,
Orlando Bloom.
nasty. Oh yeah. Okay, maybe I'm changing my mind.
For one?
Orlando
For one
Bloom.
pirate?
He could change me.
For one pirate?
He could change me.
Well, he's single now, so.
Really?
Yes. We talked about this, I think, at one point. He's not with Katy Perry anymore.
That was a thing?
Yes.
Katy Perry has been around.
Katy Perry, please don't listen to this episode.
Send me a merch package. I'll change my mind. But yeah, overall no though. Pass.
Same.
Merfolk.
You know what? Smash.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Feeling a little fishy?
I think of the merfolk from Hellboy.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I've always wanted to though, but
Never. Oh my god.
sorry, I'm a rookie.
Guys.
But what's attractive about them?
So basically in Hellboy, he has a merfolk friend who like is very knowledgeable, and he is able to like, he has very strong like sensory perception. So like he's in his tank most of the time because he needs water in order to like move around and do shit. But then sometimes he can be out of his tank and he can listen.
This fucking freaking of a ugly ass bitch is what you're gonna smash?
Oh my god!
I am looking at him. I pulled him up, guys. This thing is a disgusting ass freak fish from hell.
Okay, but you're over here gonna be like, you're gonna say something like drastically like, oozes smash.
I mean,
that's what you would say.
The freaks out there know what oozes can do. But this fish, yes, thank you.
Not that. But he has really strong like sensory like things, so he can, if he can like literally like without even reading the book, he can just put his hand over the book and he can absorb the information from it. So I always thought that was really cool.
You're like a smarticle particle.
Yeah,
that actually transitions perfectly into our next one because I would pass merfolk. Wizards.
Let's smash.
Yeah,
Gale.
They're knowledgeable. Oh my god, Gale and the astral scene.
Let me be honest.
I romance Gale.
100%. I would romance Gale. There are times though when I'm trying to romance somebody else and I'm like, Gale, baby.
You're saying he's easy.
Honey doll.
You're saying he's easy.
He's very easy.
Honestly,
he was throwing himself at us.
I'm not against an easy man, to be honest.
Oh.
Honestly, let's have fun. Let's make it happen.
And that's why he's so easy himself, ladies and gentlemen. Soft as he is, twisted.
I mean, the DMs are open. That's going to be my catchphrase.
That is your catchphrase. That is your catchphrase.
Oh my gosh, it just works so well. Next up is cats.
You know what? Smash.
Are you doing
surprisingly?
Are you doing a Shane Dawson right now?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Which I hate that I know that.
That's cursed.
No, I'm saying smash because Johnny's pride.
Johnny is the man.
Johnny and a Johnny's pride mate. What I wouldn't give to be the third player going on in that.
We love
pod.
LGBT representation with the pride mate.
Yes, we do.
But yeah, Johnny can get it easy.
I guess on a very like a smaller spectrum, you could say Tony the Tiger, but that's very basic.
I'm basic.
Oh, she says
Tony, hit me up.
Who else?
Yeah. Other notable cats.
Other notable
Pink Panther.
No.
Yeah, not into twinks.
He's too whimsical. Yeah, he's an older twink. He is specifically an older twink.
He's an old twink.
He's an old twink.
He believes he's like still a twink, but he's like 55.
Right. He's like, I still got it.
Ew.
Hey, let me say, there's nothing wrong with being an older person.
Shout out to the older twinks in the audience.
Shout out to the older twinks. I'm just saying, do not hit me up. Do not DM me.
They're closed.
Do not come.
Oh, damn. One-sided. Next up is fairies.
Smash. 100%.
Yeah, what kind of fairies are you imagining? Because like fairies come on all sorts of sizes.
All
like
sorts
they're
of
tiny,
sizes.
giant.
If I'm gonna be honest, thinking about fairies,
Like a humanoid-sized fairy.
obviously, yeah, like a humanoid
pretty.
side fairy.
That's cute.
You know, if there was like a gender bended version of like the Tinkerbell series,
Oh, yeah.
I could 100% see myself like
Ooh.
getting into that.
Honestly, kids shows that do like the opposite gender group of like rivals. So like
Right.
Powerpuff Girls and the Rowdy Rough Boys.
Oh yeah.
Love that.
Honestly, like I know those are basically fairies. Powerpuff Girls,
I mean, yeah. They're cool.
small, very powerful,
Yeah.
got a little bit of attitude.
One of my favorite shows when I was a kid was Powerpuff Girls.
That's a good one.
But yeah, fairies overall. I mean, I was thinking of like insectoid fairies, like in Daggerheart and stuff, and like that direction of things.
I don't like the insectoid fairies,
Yeah,
but I can
don't.
understand. I can understand it.
Yeah.
You know what I will say though is if we're gonna do nature, I like when it's like nature as in like plant. You know, like floral, maybe bark, maybe
Bark.
like fairies that have like skin like bark.
That's cool.
Um,
That's inventive.
Floral is very like I think everyone understands floral. That's a very common one.
Yeah.
Isn't there literally in magic? There's a fairy that's literally she's just like made
Bark.
of flowers.
Oh, bark or flower. I don't know. I'm sure.
I think her name is Ona.
Ona. I haven't seen. I don't know the art off the top of my head, but I believe you. I believe you.
I think she's Demir.
So yeah, I know Ona. She is Demir, but I don't know. She's from Lorwyn. We're coming back. Maybe we'll get a new Una card. Yeah, I'm just saying. Okay. Knights. Let's do some of the easy ones quick. So knights, smash.
Smash. Yeah.
Assassins, pass.
Smash.
Oh fuck. Phyrexians,
Pass.
pass. I'm not that crazy. Demons.
Smash. Damn. There's some sexy demons out
I
there.
don't know if I could. I'd have to pass for me. Horrors, pass. I'm terrified. I'm easily scared. Horror movies. Ugh.
You see, I want to say pass, but honestly, there's like when the horrors try to be like sneaky, and they're like, "Oh, what? You like sex?"
Yeah.
So then they're like, "We're gonna pretend to be humanoid to sleep with you and then kill you."
He's
that
like-
small second where they're like humanoid, I'm like, okay.
You're like checking
alright.
under the bed, like, is the monster there?
Is the
Please
monster
be
there?
there. Like, I'm all
And
alone.
then it's the
My
10
toes
inch-
are hanging
and
off
then it's
over the edge of the bed.
10-inch dildo that pops out, and I'm like, oh my god!
Holy fuck, y'all. Jon, I respect the hustle. Spirits.
Pass, unfortunately.
I got fucked by a ghost.
Yeah, no, literally.
It's so funny.
Because I'm like thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm very much more of a visual person, so like to not be able to like see. I'd be
Yeah.
like,
I'll be open minded.
Also, there's literally I remember this random show that talks about like strange spirit things that haunted people, and literally there was an episode where this girl falls in love with a ghost,
Yeah,
and chooses
yeah.
the ghost over her actual boyfriend, and then breaks
That's
up with
so
her boyfriend
funny.
and stays with the ghost. And I'm like,
I mean, if she's happy, girl, the girl's happy.
right.
Soldiers.
Um,
I'm thinking of like, well, the IRL translation is like the military, which is like hard pass.
yeah.
Not
Pass,
into that.
unfortunately. Because if we already have knights are already.
Yeah,
a
knights are like the
form.
cooler version.
Knights are the cooler version. They're like more honor code bound.
Yeah, shapeshifters,
Smash.
smash.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Right.
But it's also very tricky because they also have a
Literally.
lot of identity problems.
Oh, you're
So,
gonna
like-
have to aftercare.
You have to do a lot of aftercare.
A lot of communication.
A lot of communication.
It's like you gotta understand, like, if there was traumas brought up, like we have to figure it out.
And there's so many fun ways to build. So,
yeah. Rogues.
smash. Yeah.
Yeah, smash. And then last, I put skeletons because
Smash.
you wanted to talk about
Smash.
it. Why smash?
Tiny bones.
Tiny bones,
Bruh,
bitch.
he's
I ain't into it if it's got a tiny bone. Let me just say that.
It's not even a bone. It's a muscle.
It's a muscle,
Put muscle on the group.
but the tiny bone is a bone.
Tiny Bone is like my non-binary little guy who's just like kleptomanic.
I do like a kleptomaniac.
Kleptomaniac. He's just steal shit, and he'll be like, "Look at this fork I got from that restaurant we were at. And I'm be like, when did you grab that? When did you grab that?
That's cute.
And he's like, but we got it together. And I'm like, I can't be mad at you. You're so
Romantic
cute.
too, damn it.
And then we'll go to like Disneyland and he's like, look what I stole from them. And I'd be like,
yeah.
okay, you know what? Yeah.
Steal from the mouse.
Yeah.
Steal from the mouse.
Actually, we're missing one more that I have to bring up.
What do you have to bring up?
Orcs.
Or
Smash.
Oh my god,
Zergo.
Never forget.
Helm Smasher. More like Smasher.
Oh shit.
I'll give you a hint, audience.
Yeah.
It's Butt Smasher.
You see how in Lord of the Rings how orcs are born like for the vat
I
of
kind of was into
disgusting?
that.
Oh my god, you want to be thrown in there? That's the breeding pool, mama.
That's the breeding pool. They're just born of the earth. I was like, dang.
I don't
okay.
like that. I thought that was freaky. They're like that's the fracking. That's
fracking?
That's the fracking. They're fracking for orcs. So
Fracking for orcs.
Pass for me, unfortunately.
Well, all I have to do is find my one, and then
yeah.
I'll be like, stop.
Yeah.
This is so bad, guys. Stop.
I'll pass on the orcs, so there's more for you.
Thank you.
There you go.
That way I can have my hair.
And that's our smash and pass.
Enduring curiosity. Enduring curiosity.
And now we're moving on to main phase 1.
Main one.
Let's talk about building tribal/typal decks and like that process, what you'd be mindful of, what you need to include, not include, directions you can go, that type of thing.
Yes.
So I own technically one tribal deck, and when I was building it, I'm like incidentally going there because my original intention wasn't to make it a tribal deck, and then I kind of like added more and more, and I'm like, wait a minute, like this tribe fits the theme I'm building, and so I think that deck has 19 angels.
Oh, that's definitely tribal.
And so that would definitely be tribal, right?
Right.
But it depends. What would you consider how many of the type to be tribal? Because what if you have like, what if you have like 30 creatures and like 10 of them are of one tribe and then 20 are something else? Is that tribal? I don't know.
It depends on if that other 20 is all the same tribal. So like, let's say you're doing, because then that's the crazy way to look at it. So like, let's say you're doing 10 angels, 10 zombies, and 10, let's do elves.
Okay.
If we're being honest, that sounds like tribal still.
Oh, really?
Because you've got dedicated elves,
Packages.
zombies, and angels. I mean, look at
Kalia the
Kalia.
Vast.
Kalia
She
the
cares about
Vast.
3 different types.
She cares about 3 different types.
But I wouldn't think of her.
She's technically tribal.
I wouldn't think of her as tribal.
I see her as tribal, 100%.
And that's interesting, though. But you're right, because I know that in Bloomborough, there's a lot of cards that mention like groups of tribes and stuff. So like this and that.
Right.
So like squirrels and rats or whatever.
Squirrels, mouse.
Yeah. But like there's like a lot of like the
frogs.
lands and stuff care about groups of them and stuff. And I
Yeah.
know Spider Ham cares about a bunch of different tribes too. So like if you build a Spider Ham deck, which Universe is Beyond. But anyways, if you if you build Spider Ham, he cares about like lizards and like spiders and all sorts of things. And so like I guess it's like a multi-typal tribal deck, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. But there's different ways of doing it. And like Party, for example, where it's like you care about the 4 different types. So like I guess that would be kind of tribal themed. Creature type matters is probably what I would word it.
Oh, yeah.
Like Kalia and Party decks, I'd consider creature type matters as opposed to
I would
tribal.
say so too, yeah.
But yeah, either way, let's just say you have a deck with only 2 creatures and they're both the same tribal. Is that tribal? A tribal deck?
Yeah.
You're so loosey-goosey.
So here's the thing. I think 10 is like the bare minimum for like tribal.
Okay.
I think 10 is like bare minimum. Because it also depends on what kind of deck it is.
Right.
So like let's say you're doing like a tribal deck that is focused on like a creature type, but the deck itself, like the commander you're running, is more of like let's say otters.
Okay.
Otters, for instance, is it red blue? So otters, you want some otters there for your tribal, but the otters themselves aren't super important. It's more like what they do is important. So you want your dedicated,
Right, the main game plan of the deck.
Your 10, 12, but because most of your deck is going to be comprised of non-creature spells. So you want your otters, but you don't want that many otters. You want a good selection of them to do the things you need to do, but then most of your other cards are going to be spells. I still think that's tribal because if you're focusing on the otters specifically because they all work well together, I'm like, no, this is still tribal.
Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely think like if you're playing into the tribals like theme and like strengthening them at the ratio they would prefer to be at, like that makes a lot of sense to me. Because I've seen a lot of decks, and this is where like, I think of like, what are you building when people just build like a go wide token deck of a tribe, which is like they can do that. Like goblins are known for just like going wide and attacking together.
Yeah.
And technically you can kind of build any tribal deck that way where you're just like make a bunch of them and then just make them all bigger with anthems or whatever. There's a lot of like tribal anthem cards that can like boost +1/+1 to all of that
artifacts, enchantments.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
So it's like,
and then ever so rarely you can find tribal instants and sorceries.
That's cool.
Which is kind of, I hope if they're doing Lorwyn, I hope they bring those back.
That's the signature for them. I hope they do that. There's even like the Changeling one, so it's like every tribe technically has one.
See, Changeling is crazy too, because you could literally have a deck where it's like 10 Changelings, and then you've basically got a tribal.
You've tribal.
You've basically got a tribal.
There's a commander that's a shapeshifter called Misform Ultimus, and it's like a 4-mana blue creature that has all the types. And I saw this really cool deck build of it where they just play these cards that benefit a certain tribe really, really well. So like there's a blue-white spirits card that gives all spirits +1/+1 and hexproof. And so like you can play that and then give your Misform Ultimus like hexproof and stuff. So it's like the tribal deck where it's like you just play all the different things that boost the commander.
All like feel good tribal deck.
Yeah.
Where you play all the good shit from like all the other.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So I know there's a lot of popular tribes and there's a lot of not popular tribes, and like some of them are more supported than others.
Yes.
I think like a unique example of this is rats are very popular.
Very popular.
But they're not as supported as like, let's say, dragons or humans or whatever.
Yeah. Well, also, and then rats have the unfortunate, like there's also some tribals that they are very much cornered into their niche.
Exactly.
So rats especially. Being like
relentless rats,
like they have a lot to do with like they have a lot to do with discarding. A lot of rats have to do with discarding, and then a lot of them have like abilities where they can't block or they get stronger based on the amount of rats they are, but it's like a fluctuating strength. It's not like +1/+1 counters for a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what's interesting is that if you're building a rats deck, if you just go rats aggro, then like that's a way of doing it. And since it's so not as cultivated as other tribes, then like maybe that's just the best way to build a rat deck is just to build rat aggro.
Right.
I know that the Bloomborough precons, there was a squirrel deck.
Yeah.
And I remember talking to you about like, oh, if I'm building squirrels, let me just get this precon so I can build from it. And then I looked at it and I'm like, wait a minute. This deck has like 10 squirrels, like 10 or 12 squirrels. So like maybe like, and like obviously some token generators for squirrels, but still compared to other tribes that can build up so wide, so fast, squirrels can't really do that unless you're doing like combos or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's like, like if I'm playing Chatterfang as the commander, maybe I don't even care about cards that, because Chatterfang, what they do is whenever you make a token, you make that many squirrel tokens as well. And so do I play cards that make squirrel tokens so I can make more squirrel tokens? Or do I play cards that are really good at making tokens in general because they'll add that many squirrel tokens? So maybe it's more efficient if I just go like generic token value,
right,
just to get more squirrel tokens out. And so it's really interesting in that way of like that squirrel deck, you really have to make a conscious effort of like, do I lean into squirrel strategies or like their sub-theme of like sacrificing and food and stuff? Or do I just like try to go wide?
Yeah.
Right. So, and I like how squirrels have that like unique direction of food and sacrifice and forage and stuff because, you can play with gaining 3 life and like that effect, or you can play with having a bunch of artifacts because foods are artifacts.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate squirrels. My like dream is to build a squirrel deck at some point, but It's kind of complicated.
You squirrels, me hummingbirds. Where you at, hummingbirds?
I know. Hummingbird, and that's a unique one. You should tell me about hummingbirds because technically there's the typo of bird. And so if you specifically want hummingbirds, how's that fantasy going to happen, sis?
Well, the way I'm imagining it is that because they're doing every now and then, like we saw a return of like older sets, like we saw with like what was that one that we did recently?
Turkey Ear.
No, not that one. The zombies, the vampires, the werewolves set.
Oh, Innistrad?
Innistrad. They did a remaster.
How could you forget about Innistrad?
Girl.
That's one of the most famous.
Is it?
Magic planes. Yes.
Is it?
It's easily top 10.
No, is it?
Oh. Niv is it?
No, is it?
That's Ravnica.
My thing with that is that like if they're gonna bringing back and remastering sets, obviously they're gonna remaster it, make better art, but I think they should also add in some more shit. So maybe not a remaster, but maybe like a continuation. Mm-hmm. So like they're doing with Lorwyn right now, they should do one for Bloomsboro, and then they should go into more creature types. Mm-hmm. And I feel like hummingbird should be one of them. And to me, based on a lot of cards that we see, I feel like birds have naturally been white.
Uh-huh.
So I think hummingbirds would be white.
When you say that, do you mean like the type line will be
like the color line for them will probably be white, but also I think it'll be like they'll either be a mixture of Boris or they'll be a mixture of
Boris. Who's Boris?
Boris.
Boros.
Oh yeah, Boros. But then also the mixture of Azorius. So maybe even we could get a Jeskai hummingbird.
Jeskai hummingbird.
Because Jeskai is all about casting them spells, but also they put up a little bit of a fight. They kind of got. They're like, is it? But they also can punch.
Mm-hmm,
so
yeah. You love your three colors. So
hummingbirds to me, first off, if we're also doing hummingbird archetype, every single hummingbird should either have flash or it should have haste. Because those bitches, they be coming down quick.
They're zippy.
They
got to be in the Sonic the Hedgehog deck.
Yeah.
Flash and haste.
Maybe like some of them could have prowess, but like...
Prowess for the bird.
With the bird.
So like... Real quick, just to clarify, the creature type line, you know, like legendary creature dash whatever, would it be dash bird or dash hummingbird?
That's tough because I don't think they would. Because I don't think we have them separating a type like that, where it's like it's technically a bird, but it's this. I don't think we have.
Yeah, they used to do like really oddly specific creature types with like lizards and Viashino, which are like lizard people.
Right.
And they errated, so they went back and changed all of the Viashinos to be lizards, so that if people want to play a lizard deck, they have more options.
Yeah.
And so I think like in general, like if you're keeping it kind of vague, that's better than not. Just for there's a lot of cards that like when a bird you control does this, you'd want it to work for your hummingbirds, you know?
Yeah. I think specifically I would like hummingbird, but I can see how they would just simplify it to just bird. But that just means I want more hummingbird art.
Exactly.
I need more hummingbird art.
I remember we did like a Scryfall search and we filtered to the art of hummingbird and there was like what? Like
3.
5.
Yeah. 5. I need my Nadu.
You're not. Oh.
Come back, baby.
Controversial.
Come back.
Unban Nadu.
Unban Nadu.
So you can build a hummingbird tribal.
So I can build a hummingbird tribal.
I love
There's
that.
actually a counterspell that literally is like counterspell, and then like if you control a bird, the person has to pay more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's kind of clever.
I know. I love that. I love that effect.
And it's a hummingbird too. So I'm like,
put that in the deck. Slot it in.
I know.
Yeah. So when you're looking for less supported tribes, you really gotta like either jump into the niche and do like a good stuff pile, or you're like really gotta like reinvent the wheel of like what that deck's gonna do. So, yeah, I know that there's like a lot of cards that are tribal that you wanted to add and like things you want to talk about. Hit me.
So I
tomorrow.
think when you're building your tribal, obviously there's a lot of cards you're gonna see that you're like, this is gonna go into every tribal deck.
Yeah,
tribal deck.
All the Kindred cycle, for example, from that commander set.
Yep.
Kinder Discovery, the blue one, whenever that type that you choose enters or attacks, you draw a card.
Draw a card.
Insanely powerful.
Insanely powerful. It's limited to blue, though,
Mm-hmm.
but here are some I'm thinking of that are for all. Banner of Kinship.
Okay.
It is a artifact, a 5 cost, generic. As this artifact enters, choose a creature type. This artifact enters with a fellowship counter on it for each creature you control of the chosen type.
Yeah.
Then creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1 for each fellowship counter on this. So this is kind of like, you don't want to play this in the beginning. You want to build up your board state a little bit to where you have like, I mean, even having like, I think like 5 like creatures
Mm-hmm.
and then dropping this, now all your creatures are going to have +5/+5, and that's nothing to sneeze at.
I know that suddenly can win the game.
Yeah.
I mean, Overrun's just +3/+3, so
Yeah.
like that's already considered a win the game card. And so yeah, Banner Kinship is really powerful, and that's like an interesting deck building philosophy because there's a lot of these cards that are like anthems for a tribe.
Yes.
And so it's like, at what point am I gonna decide that the theme is punch aggro? Because I know that, and like, it's just like there's a lot of good generically good artifacty cards. I think of like Roaming Throne, for example.
Oh, another good one.
When you choose a creature type, then like their effects double basically.
Yeah.
And so it's like that could be good in pretty much every tribal deck that exists.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? And so it's like
yeah.
I'm
I would-
low-key a hipster of like
I would like to see another example of Roaming Throne because, like, I think Roaming Throne is really good. I think it does really good, like, triggered abilities really
Yeah.
well. But I would love to see another example where it's like it ties in more with like, what would be an example of one? Like a Roaming Throne, but it would be like maybe like a roaming house where it's like whenever this creature enters, you can pay extra to populate it immediately,
who we love populate.
which it would be an interesting feature because there's not a lot of shit out there that populates.
Yeah, I think that I honestly, controversial opinion. I think Roaming Throne was a bit of a mistake design wise. I do. Not because it's bad. Because it's just really powerful. Yeah, I think it's like generically powerful.
It is generically powerful.
I think, yeah, so it's like, you know, it's like every tribal deck wants to have this. And so it's like, well, you know, I mean, obviously, I kind of think of like, there's a lot of staples and generically powerful things that you can put in every deck. So it's like, yes, I'm a hypocrite because I play Soul Ring in every deck that I have. But it's like, should I play all these like, you know, like standard, like generically powerful cards just because they go in every deck?
I think it circles back to, again, like what your deck does. You know, like, because Roaming Throne is that thing where it's like quite literally anything.
Right.
Like, you could literally have it where it's like vampires, wizards, orcs, you know, like all these things. It has so much flexibility because it does so much. Copying a triggered ability, like that literally can go from like, I just get an extra, you know, like bird to now I'm getting like, I'm draining the table for like over 20 life, or like I'm triple casting or copying a spell. Like it can get pretty crazy for some of them.
Yeah, they like go out of control. And I definitely think that if I'm building a tribal deck that's less supported, I definitely would want to include something like a Roaming Throne because I want to bolster it up to match the power level of the table.
You know what I'm thinking is that they should have like, it feels like Roaming Throne is Roaming Throne is kind of like the Nadu thing. Like they looked at it, they were like, cool, approved, and then they put it out. But it should have been like, okay, guys, I don't know, this is kind of strong.
Yeah.
It should have either, I think what I would balance it out is one of 3 things. One, it's not a creature, but it still does the creature type, like it's an artifact.
Should we read Roaming Throne since we talked about it so much?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's an artifact creature that's a 4 cost, 4/4. And
Very cheap.
As Ward 2 for some reason, because why not? As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. And Roaming Throne is the chosen type in addition to its other types, which it normally is a golem, so it's also whatever type you choose as well. And if a triggered ability of another creature you control of the chosen type triggers, it triggers an additional time.
Yes.
So enter the battlefield.
Triggers.
Attack triggers.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you have other things like the Kindred Discovery or the enchantment one, like it'll trigger that since your creature you control, the chosen type, triggered that. So it triggers a lot of different things, doubling up on things, and so the generic power is there. So you're saying you'd want it to not be a creature.
One example would be not be a creature.
Mm-hmm.
Example 2, get rid of ward.
Yeah, why is that ward?
Make it easier to kill. And then example 3 would be make it only trigger like once or twice.
Yeah.
Because then you have to be a lot more strategic with it. You have to be a lot more strategic with like what effect am I essentially using, because it can be pretty crazy to be like every single instance is doubled.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty crazy.
That's
why people were so gung-ho about banning fucking Nadu, because they were like, oh my god, he gets to do it twice to any creature. And then of course like everyone found a way to abuse what he was doing. So it's just
it just takes forever to it's just complicated for Nadu.
Yeah.
And I saw Roaming Throne in a game recently. Shout out to our buddy of the pod, David.
Oh yeah.
Played it in his Wraiths deck. And I actually think that's a really beautiful, cool way to play that, because Wraiths overall are a less supported tribe.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think that way the deck works, he like tuned the fuck out of it, because it like really can pop off out of nowhere. And Roaming Throne is part of the reason why it can do that, you know? And so I think that's like I was saying, where like I'd put it in a weaker deck because I'd wanted to give it more of a punching chance to catch up compared to other decks, because, you know, if you're playing like a dragon tribal or a vampire tribal,
you've got so much material.
That's already juiced up and has flexibility and is really good. So, you know, it's complicated because it's like I'd want to, you know, balance things out.
Versus like, say we want to do our bats.
Right.
Or say we want to do what's that one that's like is it Kavu?
Kavu.
It's like an older
That's
creature
a throwback.
type. Yeah. It's like an older creature type, but they brought it back.
For Edge of Eternity. Yeah, Kavu are very strange. There's like one that got really famous, Flame Tongue Kavu, because it was really good and competitive back in the day. It would not be competitive now.
Back in the day.
To geezer for sure. But yeah, so it just depends on the tribal you're building, and like obviously like if the bracket vision that you have for it, like if it's a bracket 4 dragon deck or if it's a bracket 2 dragon deck, you know, be creative with your deck building, because, you know, you don't want it to be a generically powerful dragon deck, or you don't want it to be, you know, there's ways to be a unique deck builder too. So, and that's what I encourage is like support unique themes. In the next section, I'll talk about like some ways to do that and like some common tribes and like to play up the unique aspects of a tribe. You know, bats are a good example where a lot of them care about gaining life and losing life. And so since there's not that many bats, you can build a deck that cares more about like the gaining life and losing life and have that be its strength.
Honestly, there's also like a thought behind like with those tribal types that don't have very strong like typals that you can run. Honestly, my idea for some of them has been like, let me take a commander that has the colors that I need for them to be in there, but maybe adds an ability or adds another color to widen my versatility. So like an example for one that I think is very supported very well and you can do in any colors is Thopters. I mean, you don't see
That's
it
cool.
and say like black maybe as much, but there's still an ability for you to run things with black that like could support them.
Yeah. Brea's really good, and she's in black. And so there's just a lot of like versatility you can do if there's a really good ability that allows you to do something. So like you could do a bat deck, but like you could have your commander say be what's that dragon? Is it Tyval? Oh, Teval?
The dragon where the one specifically I'm thinking of is the Delve one, where you pay life for spells, which would already combo.
That was in the deck, yeah.
Which would already combo with the bats that you want to do.
Yeah.
So you're losing life to pay spells, which triggers the bats, which triggers their abilities. But then also he has lifelink, So then you're gaining life back, or you have abilities to gain life back.
I totally think that you don't need to have your commander. This is a hot take, I guess. You don't need to have your commander be of the same type as your tribal.
Yes.
And like, if you really break it down, boys and girls and theys and thems, if you really break it down, there's maybe like 2 or 3 cards that care about your commander being the same type as your tribe. And so I think that's a great opportunity to lean into the theme, like you're saying, of like, oh, my tribe cares about gaining life, losing life. And let me build a commander that cares about that too, so that it strengthens the identity of the deck. I really like that. That was cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. I think that kind of like wraps up this section, because the next section I want to talk about specific tribes and ways to bolster up them.
We're moving on to main step 2.
Enduring curiosity. Enduring curiosity. Okay, so there's lots of different tribal decks out there, and what's cool is that I think our meta has a lot of people and players that play different tribes. I have a tribal deck of angels. We know that Tristan has dragons and elves. We know Werq has
dinosaurs.
Kerrigan has vampires.
Kerrigan has vampires, and then also we have Stefan, who has frogs.
Frogs, yeah.
And then we have David, who has ninjas.
And wraiths.
Yes. And then we have, I don't know if it counts, but we have Jake, who has Jace.
Oh, Jace Tribal.
Jace Tribal.
That's more like Super Friends.
True. And then me, I don't have anything.
You're a baby.
I'm a baby.
Bro,
wait, no, that's not true.
Too cool.
Wait, no, that's not true.
Why? What do you have?
I have monks with Elsha.
Monks.
She's got monklink.
Monks.
And I like to call them my monkeys.
You're monkeys.
I'm like, I have 9 monkeys. You gonna attack me? And then they're like, monkeys? I thought they were
so
monks. And I'd be like,
funny.
they are. But a plural version of monk is monkeys.
Obviously.
Come on, guys.
Get educated with the times.
Get educated.
Educated.
Education connection.
What the hell is that?
You don't know?
No.
Bro, chat, he needs like
an education
he
connection.
Needs an education connection where he needs
literally
the memes. He needs the memes, y'all. Put in the comments your favorite meme, and then hopefully we can catch this boy up.
Okay, I know memes. I'm not that dumb. Crickets.
Oh,
thank you. You see, you gas me up every time you're incorrect with the sound effects, so I live. But for our tribes, there's ways to spicify.
Yes.
Made that up. Spicify.
That's a word, actually.
What?
I've thought of it before, so.
Thank you, Miss Merriam-Webster.
I try.
I appreciate it. So there's ways to diversify, spicify. Thank you very much. Decks. And so I was thinking about like leaning into sub-themes of a tribe.
Yes.
And so I got really excited building my angel deck, because that's how I kind of went into this mindset of like, I don't want to do generic typal smash. I want to do what they're known for, what they're good at, and play into that strategy.
Yeah.
And so coming soon is an episode talking about some of our decks continued, probably like part 2 or 3.
Part 2.
Part 2 is when I'll mention this angel deck.
Should, yeah.
The commander is not an angel. Controversial, I know.
Controversial. Especially since there's really good angels for both cheap and expensive.
I know. So the reason why I didn't go with an angel in the command zone is because I leaned into the angel's strengths of being life linky, so like gaining life and caring about gaining life.
Yes.
And then also about how they protect each other and give hexproof and protection and
you have that
restoration angel.
You have that 5-cost angel.
The 5-cost angel.
Where she gives all angels lifelink, first strike, maybe hexproof.
I don't think I know what you're talking about. She doesn't give hexproof, but there's other one.
There's another one that does.
Yeah, there's other ones that give hexproof to everything. There's Avacyn that gives indestructible to everything.
Crazy.
There's multiple. There's actually redundancy, a lot of good redundancy in that effect of like giving everything.
And angels, I don't know if I've seen one specific card for it, but I feel like their most popular colors are like Naya colors.
Yeah, I've seen it all over the place. I've seen black, white. I mean, white is like the main color.
White is the main one.
And mine is a Selesnya, so white and green.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were thinking of Lyra Dawnbringer, and she gives it your angels lifelink and +1/+1.
Yes.
But yeah, so
no first strike?
No first strike. She has first strike.
Maybe that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And so my Selesnya Angel deck is with the unicorn of Lathiel, the Bounteous Dawn.
Yes, I remember.
And he cares about when you gain life, you get to put +1/+1 counters on things equal to the life gain you did.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
Which is pretty busted, honestly.
It's cool because that's the strength of this deck is that the angels protect each other and have lifelink and care about gaining life. And so it's like kind of like a self-spiraling like archetype because you're really able to support all aspects of that. And shout out to my Pauper players. It kind of plays like a Boggles deck.
Paupers?
Yeah. Oh my God. We have to talk about so different formats.
We do need to talk about different formats.
Because you don't even know what Pauper is.
I mean, I've never tried it. I'm going to be honest.
It's so good. And then there's a common deck called Boggles.
I'm just afraid of being dependent on it.
What do you think a Slippery Boggle is?
A Slippery Boggle?
Yeah.
Isn't it just a silly little like gross gremlin? Isn't it?
Basically.
You want to know why I know about that?
Why?
Because when Kerrigan actually, I did not mention this, but she DM'd a campaign for us and she added in boggards.
Oh, Boggles?
Yeah.
Well, Boggles are in Magic are known. Well, this one famous one is known for having hexproof and being a 1/1 for 1. That's it.
That's pretty good. Is it legendary?
No.
Oh, that'd be funny if it was.
But legendary. The thing is that you're able to slam it down on turn 1 and then suit it up with all these different powers and auras and counters and stuff. Okay. And so that's why my deck is very similar, where I get a lot of creatures that can protect themselves, have hexproof and destructible, and then they grow with all the counters that Lathiel puts on them. Mm-hmm. And so if they have lifelink, they can attack, gain all the life, and then Lathiel gives them that many counters, and so the growth is exponential, and the protection is built in.
Especially if they have double strike.
Yeah, there's lots of fun synergies in that deck. And so that's where I kind of leaned into, that strength of angels being the protection and the life gain beautifully meld into that Lathiel deck. Mm-hmm. And so, I kind of like naturally built into that. And so there's different ways, like a lot of common tribes. Like I know dinosaurs, for example. There are a lot of dinosaur decks in the meta are aggro smash.
Yes.
Which is valid, it's fair, it's how to win games. Technically my angel deck is an aggro smash too. But
I mean, dinosaurs and dragons are the same coin. One just flies and one doesn't.
Two sides of the same coin.
Two sides.
And so I say lean into the uniqueness of dinosaurs. For example, a lot of them have the enrage mechanic, which says whenever this creature is dealt damage, it gets to do an effect.
Yes.
And so a lot of times people think the only way to trigger that is through combat damage and like a chump blocker or whatever. But if you play ways to trigger your own dinosaurs and rage mechanic, you can really have interesting and spicy brews of dinosaurs that isn't just aggro smash, it's aggro smash plus. You know what I mean?
You know what I've always wondered, how come we haven't seen an effect like it is like, you know how we have effects that are like this creature deals damage equal to its toughness rather than its like power?
Yeah, hitting butts.
Hit him with butts. Bumping purses.
Bumping purses.
I'm surprised there's not like an effect where it's like this creature gets dealt this less amount of damage when it fights. You know what I mean?
Oh, like having
like think of Legends of
Runeterra and Tough. I was actually going to mention that. I just didn't know if we wanted to go to other card games. But yeah, there's an angel that's like whenever something would take damage, it takes like that much damage reduced by 1 and stuff. Mm-hmm. Anytime you say like, I can't believe in Magic there isn't this mechanic, I'm like, I bet there's going to be a version of this effect somewhere.
There probably is. But isn't that just to you? Doesn't that reduce damage to you, or does that reduce damage?
Okay. It's just, but I know there's one for planeswalkers too. Mm-hmm. There's ones for like different things. There has to be a creature one, but I can't think of the top of my head. Is. But yeah, I was thinking like different cards and stuff. So, I mean, you talked about a card similar to this, but Pyrohemia is a 4-mana enchantment that literally just has a button on it where you can pay 1 red to deal 1 damage to everything, so players and creatures. And so you can just like, let's just say you have a dinosaur that has an enrage ability, it has 5 toughness. Whenever you want to, you can just push that button on Pyrohemia 4 times and get 4 enrage triggers whenever you want. And like, there's that one that like gets you lands ramped onto the battlefield. So it's like, oh my gosh, like Pyrohemia is such a fun way to spice up a dinosaur deck to lean into enrage. Another one,
especially if you give like that, specifically that dinosaur I'm thinking of, where every time it gets dealt damage, it fights something.
Yeah.
So like specifically, if you give that indestructible,
it fights everything. It's a
it
board
fights
wipe.
everything. It's a board wipe.
It's like a permanent board wipe too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love. Another idea of that was this 3-mana enchantment called Pariah, and
I feel like I've heard.
It's
of
an
that one.
aura, and basically what it does is when it is attached to a creature, any damage that you would take is instead dealt to the creature.
Yes.
And so like any like pings that you receive, any like direct damage, any combat at you, you're like, well, it's only gonna be 4 damage. My dinosaur has 5 toughness, so I'll just take it,
right,
and trigger my enrage. You know what I mean? It just disincentivizes people from even
trying to attack you. Yeah.
Right. And so I think Pariah and Pariah Shield, which are like redundancy of that effect, are really cool in a dinosaur deck because it's like spicy. It's spicy. I want spice. Yeah.
Interesting.
So there's ways to spicify dinosaurs.
There's also that abilities that I think a lot of when you're doing tribal, that there's a lot of abilities that are out there that are very synergistic as well. Like for instance, there's a lot of abilities with dinosaurs where they have like the raid ability essentially.
Okay.
Where it's like after attacking they get an extra benefit because dinosaurs are gonna be aggro. You're gonna be attacking.
Yeah.
Kind of similar to like goblins, for example. You're gonna be attacking, and then you want those extra effects that you can benefit from them. And I know there's like one specific extra combat spell that's I think is like it has free running. It's from the Assassin's Creed set,
Right.
And it's a red spell that normally costs 5, but then if you've attacked, it has free running, and then it's 2 in a red, and it gives you another combat. It untaps, you get another combat. And I'm like, that is really juicy. Because then you have other, spells where like there's that enchantment where you can pay it, have another combat. And then there's like spells where they're like give you another, untap everything. And then there's creatures too that do the same thing.
Yeah, extra combats can be really fun in these type of decks because they're built to smash and they're built to go aggro. And so you can lean into that, get effects when you attack.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And then just recently, I've been like thinking about my 5-color deck that I've been wanting to do, where I'm between that one daddy or
that one daddy.
That one daddy.
Say it for the crowd. What?
I'll look it up. But
who's your? Oh, okay.
So it's that one daddy, or it's that spaceship. The guideline
5-color spaceship thing.
Yeah. So the 5-color commander that I'm thinking of, that's not the spaceship, is Kenrith.
Ooh,
because he has all colors, and you can pay, and they all do separate things. Like you can pay 1. Okay, so he's Kenrith, the Return King, 4 generic and white, legendary creature, human noble. He's a 5/5. For if you pay 1 red, all creatures gain trample and haste until end of turn. You can pay 1 generic and 1 green and put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Then you can pay 2 generic and a white, target player gains 5 life. Pay 3 generic and a blue, target player draws a card, and then 4 generic and a black, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under its owner's control. Not only is this card crazy because of all the things that they can do, but this is such a politic card. Like, this is a card where it's like, okay, yeah, I can give all your creatures haste and trample so you can kill off another player, but what are you going to do for me? You know what I mean? Like, you better not counter my shit. You better not, destroy. You better not board wipe.
Yeah, I think Kenrith's a really cool guy.
So then the other 5-color that I was looking at was Infinite Guideline Station, which is also 1 of each color. And that is a legendary artifact spacecraft, which for spacecrafts, you have to station them in order to get them online. Stationing them is essentially you tap a creature, you add its power as charge counters onto the spacecraft, and then when it reaches a certain amount, which for this one is 12 plus, it gains extra abilities and extra effects, and it can fight. So it becomes a 715 when it comes online.
That's a big butt.
That's a big butt. And it's got flying, and then whenever it attacks, you can draw a card for each multicolored permanent you control. And then once you actually get the thing out, the first thing it does is that when it enters, it creates a singular tapped 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token for each multicolored permanent you control.
So you're playing Robot Tribal?
No, that one's my multicolor tribal. Like I began all the multicolor shit out, especially because it's gonna be when I make it, I want it to be my Convoke tribal.
Convoke Tribal. The space station makes sense because you're flying out in space right now with this idea.
It's
You're
crazy.
You're cooking with it.
Because there's a creature that gives all my creatures every color. So then if I have a creature that says all your spells have Convoke, then now I can tap my colorless robot for one of any color. So I'm over here being like, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I literally don't even have to pay for my spells. I can just tap my creatures and all of them are going to pay. And then when I swing with my giant ass fucking spaceship, I'm going to draw a shit ton of cards because for as many creatures I have, they're now all colors, which means they're all multicolored.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. My friend, that reminds me of my friend Robert. Shout out Robert. He's building a Jensen Carthalion deck.
Ooh,
and that cares about multicolor as well. I think the deck is called like Jensen's Multicolor Smash or whatever.
Multicolor Smash.
But he just plays a bunch of aggressive multicolored creatures to get that benefit of multiple color bonuses and stuff.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. That's a fun deck building idea. I know I was going to mention elves because we have a Tristan who has the elf deck.
We have a Tristan.
Everyone has their own Tristan. Every group has their Tristan.
Every group has a Tristan.
Ours plays elves.
And he's a furry.
We love him and his furry addiction.
We love him. I don't know about the furry shit. No, just kidding.
Furry hater. Furries, you're loved. Put a heart in the comments if you're loving furries.
Put as many hearts as there's our colors in your furry outfit if you're a furry.
Oh, that's fun.
And then don't be surprised when you get blocked.
Damn. We're such a hater.
Just kidding.
We're nice to this podcast.
We're nice, I promise.
So,
no way, audience. No.
What are Tristan's furry colors?
Black and green.
He's a black and green elf player too.
Yeah.
So elves are traditionally known for
maybe purple too.
I'm so good at transitions, guys.
So good. You got us back on track. You said, "Whoa, where is this train going?"
And then you're like purple. I'm like, wait. I can't do purple. There's no rhymes for purple, but yeah, Golgari elf deck, and what they're good at is obviously just tapping for mana. And so a lot of people do like elf smash, where they just throw a bunch of elves into play and then they attack.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I say lean into the fact that elves are known for making tons of mana.
Yes.
And I think you should play cards like Genesis Wave and Kamal's Druidic Vow, where they're basically X spells. Sorry. They're X spells where, depending on the number of X you put into it, you basically reveal cards on the top and put that many creatures onto the battlefield. Some of them say permanent, some of them say other things, but I think it's a fun way, just like elf ball, elf explode everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And with all the extra mana, you can lean into more X spell type of things too.
Well, especially with Golgari, you can 100% feed into an Exsanguinate. Mm-hmm. You can feed into Torments of Hellfire.
Yeah, win cons too. So
and elves are the biggest like threat when it comes to dealing with a spell like that, because to deal with a spell like that where it's like sacrifice a permanent or discard a card or lose 3 life and be like, bitch, I got like 20 elves.
Yeah, if you're ever on the receiving end of that, then you're covered too.
One dead elf. Oh, one more dead elf. Oh, another one. Another dead elf. Keep them coming. I can keep killing my elves.
Yeah, I think Lathril a lot of the time, since it's green-black, they lean into the black too and like do kind of aristocrat stuff too, which is also another way of making it fun and diversifying your elf deck. And so definitely like lean into like what the tribal does successfully, what they do, and then like play up that strategy so that you have more of like, a complex, well-rounded deck,
Yeah.
and as opposed to just like they just smash and that's it.
Yeah.
So I know your monks, for example. What's their strength? They're good at smashing.
They're definitely good at smashing, but
They draw cards too.
They help me draw cards. It's very much a spell slinging deck. So I have a lot of non-creature spells that are very low cost, and then my big cost ones are like, my biggest cost one is my I can't remember what it's called, but it's a sorcery that lets me have 2 extra combats.
Full throttle.
Full throttle. There we go. Yeah. So if I have my regular combat, and then I have 2 extra combats after that, and then if I have the juiced up mana for it, I just need to throw out a few. If I literally have like, let's say 5 monks, I just need to throw out 4 other spells other than that. So like 3 more spells. Now they're 5/5s.
That's right. You lean into the prowess of them, and you can grow and have them be tricksy and get extra damage in. It's like basically every 3 spells is a free overrun,
right?
Since you already are having the prowess trigger. So that's really
and
fun.
It doesn't end there, because I have effects that buff up like my creatures, especially my Elsha, depending on how many monks or a certain creature type I have. So if I have a bunch of monks out, it's like even stronger. If I have like an enchantment that's like, how many creatures you got, tap this, buff up your creature based on how many creatures you have, even stronger. So it's just like, you have to work with what you got, but also don't be afraid to think outside the box too, because like again, elves, a lot of people will think like, yeah, I'm just gonna smash people with the amount of elves I have and +1/+1 counters and tribal.
Right.
But then also, they generate a shit ton of mana. Maybe there's spells you can use for that.
Yeah, that kind of wraps up, ways to diversify a lot of these tribal decks. And so, I encourage people to look at their tribal decks and think of ways to, flesh it out more.
Spicify.
If it's not already spicified, right? So, yeah.
Spicification.
Beautiful. Easy.
Cover girl.
Easy breezy. Beautiful.
You just listened to Enduring Curiosity.
Feel free to check out another episode.
And this is your host, Jon
and Sethy.
Bye.